Hey, what's up? Douche here again. You want a beer? I haven't been feeling well, so I went with, had to change it up. Got something called Yeti from Great Divide Brewing Company in Denver, Colorado. This is a Imperial Stout. It is, it's strong. It's like, it coats your throat. 9.5%. Might be a little bit more than I bargained for. Anyway, so last week I did the LPs Revisited video that I said I was gonna do. It didn't turn out well. I wasn't feeling well, and there was kind of a series of unfortunate incidents. So that one's not happening. So some of that I'm just gonna tack onto this. I've got two categories. I've got just a few records that fall under the crap I bought recently category, and then the rest are in the LPs Revisited, which would be crap I bought a while ago. So I think we'll probably just cruise through this here. First one is a brand new record, so a 2019 release. I think it came out last week. It's a band from Atlanta, experimental indie rock group called Deer Hunter. The name of the album is Why Hasn't Everything Already Disappeared? Like I say, it's new, it's out on 4AD Records. Deer Hunter's a band. Pretty much everything that I have by them, I like. I think actually probably everything I have by them I like. Nothing's gonna, completely blow you away, I don't think. I think maybe a couple, but anyway. So I just kind of buy these. New Deer Hunter record, I'm gonna buy the Deer Hunter record. I think this is quite good. It's a little experimental, but yet pretty accessible. Kind of sad lyric, not sad, downer lyrics, I guess. I've only listened to it a few times. Right now, I would say the first side is really excellent. The second side probably needs to grow on me a little bit. It's one thing with Deer Hunter, even like Fading Frontier, their last record, when I first heard that, I couldn't get into it right away, and then after a while I do really like it a lot. That was partially because the album before that, Monomania, was more of a garage rock record, and that record was more like this record, which is not very garage rock. Anyway, comes with the inner, and I'm not really going to show all these things, but this, if you can believe it, comes on something called Brutalist Gray vinyl. I think that's just the only way it is. So it's limited edition Brutalist Gray vinyl. All right, next, I have a really great picture of me walking out of a porta potty from a few years ago. It's among my favorite pictures of myself. I'm just like, the door is just closing behind me as I'm walking out of the porta potty. And so recently I was thinking, I'm gonna start collecting records that have porta potties on them. And so I found a used copy of one recently that does have porta potties on it. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't get the impression that he must be somewhat well-liked, but I don't hear a lot of great things about him. The guy's name is Jeff Rosenstock. The album is called Post, and the back of it has a row of porta potties. So a used record with porta potties, it's a no-brainer. It has stuff in it Doesn't really matter. It has a poster with lyrics. It's on Polyvinyl Records. This is from 2018. I guess people call this punk. I don't know. The hype sticker, and I found that hype stickers are a lot like the internet. You're just never going to be misled by a hype sticker. It's all pretty much exactly what you're going to get. So it says, one of punk rock's greatest, most effusive living songwriters. I don't know if I think... So the first song, USA, comes out of the gates like a post-hardcore song. It's over 7 minutes long. I actually really like it. It kind of comes out gunning, and then it kind of devolves into something else before it picks back up, kicks back in. I think this is a pretty good record. I enjoyed listening to it all the way through. It is, interestingly, on the back it says, this album and many others are available for free at quote-unquote-records.com. So it's free to download the whole record. I mean, if you do and you listen to the song, if you can get through that 7 minutes and you like that song, I think that you'll probably enjoy all of this. I think this is a fairly strong, fairly good listen. Now, I know I have a lot of children that watch. If you're a child, maybe not. Maybe don't download this. There's some adult content, offensive lyrics. This comes on this blue vinyl. And now something completely different. This is a band from Oakland. Kind of a jangle pop. Sounds kind of, to me, like 80s UK underground pop type. Like it would kind of fit in there. I guess this is their second record anyway. This is the band called just Raise. And it's You Can Get There From Here. It's on Trouble in Mind Records. This is also from 2018. I don't know if there's any, whatever. It's got male-female vocals. It's pretty short, concise songs. From what I understand, this is the only record of theirs I've heard, which is their second album, which I probably already stated. Did I already say they're from Oakland? They're from Oakland, but the male singer has somewhat of a accent. Anyway, I think they used to be more punky, possibly, and I can hear it a little bit on here, maybe sounding like Parquet Courts, like that. I enjoy this quite a bit. I like the male-female vocal where they trade off, and it's reasonably good. This is on absolutely gorgeous black vinyl. So those are the new ones. Next ones would be LPs Revisited, or crap I bought a long time ago that I haven't listened to in a while. Okay, so this is 1968 album by The Pretty Things, Seth Sorrow. This is like something from maybe 8 or 9 years ago, put out by Sundazed. So I remember, I mean, this is obviously a great album, but I guess if you don't know, it's kind of like, a psychedelic rock / pop thing going on. In the 90s, there was somewhat of a Pretty Things revival. And by revival, I mean they issued, I guess, on CD for the first time, I believe, all of their early albums. And I think Norton Records put out maybe 4 7 inches that I had. I don't know, but so up until then I didn't know who the Pretty Things are, and then I really do like those early records, and then this one I really, really like. Bracelets of Fingers, She Says Good Morning, Balloon Burning. Anyway. I probably hadn't listened to this in, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or something. But people know this. It's a good record. It's on Sundays. This is a Sundays label. It comes on black vinyl, which I'll show because that's kind of unusual. Not as unusual when this was pressed, but, you know, kind of unusual. All right, so next, this is from 1999. This is a power pop record from Jason Faulkner, who is like a multi-instrumentalist. This is called Can You Still Feel? He's worked with a lot of different artists, and he was in Jellyfish and the Grays for their one album. He's worked with Brendan Benson, Susanna Hoffs, Beck, Air, etc. His first album was really, really good. I only have it on CD, so it was only released on CD. I actually can't believe I still have this on CD. This is the promo copy I got from where I worked, I think a year after it came out. This is from 1996. If you've never heard this, this is Jason Faulkner Presents Author Unknown, and you like 90s power pop, this is really good. So this was a letdown. This was a letdown at the time it was released. This is 1999. Both of these were on Elektra Records, and he actually wanted to get out of his recording contract with Elektra to put out, you know, when he was getting ready to make this record, because he felt that they didn't do a good job promoting his first record, which was probably true. But they talked him into staying on to do this one more record. This is actually not, the vinyl was not released on Elektra, but the CD as it came out in 1999 was on Elektra. This is on Love It Records out of Arlington. It's just not as good. I think that the production is not good. There's just something not right about it. That said, there are really good songs on here, and having not listened to it, this I hadn't listened to in quite a while. You know, I really enjoyed listening to it again. The vinyl, this is the original 1999. The vinyl version removes one of the better songs from the record and then adds a fairly straight cover of Brian Eno's Burning Airlines Give You So Much More, and another cover, Tomorrow Will Be Too Long. You know, it is what it is. This is actually a really terrible album cover. The CD had a different cover of him walking out of an airplane. So this is him in the airplane, getting served, and then apparently lounging. And then the CD has him walking away from the airplane. This comes on black vinyl also. So another one that I have not listened to in a while. This is what? Bauhaus. Sky's Gone Out. You enter a really not spectacular condition original. It's got a sticker. It says $5.99. So, you know, Bauhaus, people know Bauhaus. This is, I think, is it their third record? I think it's their third record. It's certainly not my favorite. There are a few songs that I really like. Look at this. You know, another Brian Eno cover. That was not planned. The Brian Eno cover of Third Uncle is great. Swing the Hard Eight, Silent Edges, A&M Records, black vinyl. No, all right, almost done here. Next is a release from 2003 by a band with a really bad name. It's actually a comp of, I guess, tapes that they had released in the 90s. The name of the band, which is, again, awful name, is called My Favorite. The name of the album is The Happiest Days of Our Lives, the complete Joan of Arc tapes. It's on, I don't know if it's on Double Agent Records. I don't even know, did I even show this to you yet? This is the front. It's a double LP. Gatefold. What would I call this? I would call this new wave. New wave? I don't know. It's kind of, it has a new wave sound. They're influenced by like the Smiths and New Order and that kind of thing. They don't really sound like those bands, but they have a sound that seems like it could fit in that kind of era. The lyrics are kind of downer, but the songs are not, if that makes sense. Really good lyrics. Again, here's another situation, male-female vocals. They have one full-length album that came out before this that was all just original material. Then there's this comp. It's called Absolute Zero, I think. That has several just terrific songs. This actually probably has more good songs. Happiest Days of My Life, Homeless Club Kids, The Suburbs Are Killing Me. It's just really good. Burning Hearts, yeah. Anyway, I can see if somebody that's into lesser known 80s bands, 80s new wave or pop bands might like this. And other people maybe that like 90s music might like this. This is a double. They're both on black vinyl. It's so weird. Last one. This is the band from Athens, Georgia that features Will Cullen Hart and others from the Olivia Tremor Control. The name of the band is Circulatory System. This is their second album, which is called Signal Morning. You know, so the Olivia Tremor Control was a 90s psych pop band. This is what one half, I guess you would consider Will Cullen Hart half of the creative force of Olivia Tremor Control. And this was his project after that. So, I don't know, did I show this yet? Gatefold, it's just a single LP. It's on white vinyl. Fairly common white vinyl. This is from 2009. So their first record has a lot of, let's just say the first record is probably a lot better than this as far as more accessible pop psych type songs. This is more, or a lot of it is more noise pop. A lot of fragments. I mean, everything they have done has a lot of fragments. This has less you can point to and say, check this one song out, and it's gonna blow you away. That said, it does have some really good songs. Round Again, which Breathing Universe, Blasting Through. Their first record came out in 2001. It was self-titled, just Circulatory System. That was not, to my knowledge, ever released on vinyl. That's white vinyl. That's all I've got for you. I'd like to thank you for joining me. I hope you like the beer. Yeti. Imperial Stout. And yeah, I'll be back later. Hopefully I feel better. I don't really feel that bad. All right. Thanks for stopping out again. Bye. Take care.